Hey guys, Miss Marcus here, and as you can see, we're back with some Southampton Master League, of course. We're in the Champions League. I think this is the quarter-final match against Chelsea. Second leg, of course, after the first leg result, which ended 1-0 to us with me saving a penalty in the literally last kick of the game. So we're going into this match against Chelsea, of course. Chelsea with a relatively strong side, where our side more or less quite good, of course, with a one goal advantage. We're sort of got a small advantage, but I wouldn't give it a big thing, really, to be honest, considering how good Chelsea actually are in this game. Of course, James Ward-Prowse doing the beastie thing of fulfilling his potential, as well as Nathaniel Klein. Absolutely fantastic for the squad in general. Klein, unfortunately, is not actually playing in this game because he got a red card against Chelsea in the first leg because of, taking out Eden Hazard when he was through on goal. And as expected, for some reason, Alex Song is Chelsea's captain. I'm not really sure about that. Raphael Varane, they actually bought him, I think, in the summer. They still have Andrea Schürrle, unlike in real life where they sold him to Wolfsburg. And of course, Eden Hazard and Diego Costa still a destroying duo up front for them. But of course, we played quite well in the last matches, and we guaranteed European football for next season with a win, I think, against Cardiff in the last match, where we won 3-0, and we guaranteed top 7 finish, which is quite weird. It's not guaranteed top 4, but guaranteed top 7. So yeah, so basically if you just sort of come to this now, the objective of this season is to win the Champions League and then see where we go from there. Of course, if we win the Champions League, we may or may not stay at Southampton. We might move on. We'll sort of see how it is at the end of the season. But of course, going up against someone like Chelsea, we're going to have a hard goddamn time of it anyway. So of course, Chelsea to kick off, as of course I think they're the home team. So Chelsea kicked off, and it was all sort of relatively straightforward from the kickoff, as in 10 minutes into the match, Jovetic shares skins past Raphael Varane, runs past Ezekiel Garay, and just pings it into the back of the net to make his fifth or sixth goal in the Champions League, maybe like his 20th goal in the season. He's absolutely been fantastic for me since I signed him on loan from Manchester City. So basically making it 2-0 in the first 10 minutes on aggregate. But 4 or 5 minutes later, they got down his right-hand side, Oscar down his right-hand side, all the while trying to keep up with him. Oscar just skins the hell out of me so badly, such bad defender for myself, gives it to Diego Costa, and he just pings it with his left foot into the bottom corner, past Fraser Forster to equalise on the day. But again, we're still 2-1 up on aggregate. So again, Diego Costa always scoring those goddamn goals, so frustrating. But into the 26th minute of the match, coming up just past the halfway point in the first half, as Piliqueta gets through on goal, pings it across, and again, as Piliqueta scoring those goals, he's getting forward and he's scoring goals, and that is what you want from your right or your left back. Of course, from your full backs is what you want. But the best thing about it was him scoring, of course, against his former club, considering he only bought him for like 7 or 8 million in January, which is just crazy. But in the 35th minute of the match here, Eden Hazard through on goals, tries to chip Fraser Forster. Fraser Forster, one of those players who's drastically improved, and again, he's one of those players which has just been absolutely amazing from this season. But the half-time result was 2-1 to us, which isn't too bad, considering that would be 3-1 up on aggregate. And again, we just have to keep Chelsea, because they have to win the match by, I think, 1 goal. No, I've won it by 2 goals to go through, because of course the away goal rule. So of course, with us being up 3-1, we've got 2 away goals. But in the 49th minute of the match here, Eden Hazard gets played through on goal, and he scores it past Fraser Forster to basically make it 2-2 on the day. And Eden Hazard is he's just one of those players who's so annoying to play against because he's just so goddamn good. But in the last minutes of the match here, Johan Belhanda on the ball plays it in, Jonas Belhanda plays it into Stevan Jovetic, and Jovetic gets it back to Belhanda. Belhanda gets taken out supposedly by Branislav Ivanovic. Personally, for me, it's not even a foul. He gets the ball completely, and I don't know what's going on there. But with the last kick of the game, basically, Dusan Tadic should come on as a substitute, steps it to the plate and just pings it into the bottom right hand corner to give us a 3-2 win against Chelsea in the quarterfinals of the Champions League to send us through 4-2 on aggregate into the semi-finals. Of course, after this you will see who we will play. I already know who we play, and that will be in the next episode. There's only 2 episodes left in this season after this one, so the next episode is the penultimate, and then the last episode, of course, is just the finishing of the season. And then if you want, I do have the European the Euros to play in because it's 2016 now. Of course, I'm the Portugal manager, so I've got the Euros to play. I'm not sure if I'll even bother uploading that because it's not really that special. It's just the European Championships. It's not really that impressive. But as you see here, we had 11 shots, 7 on target. We dominated the game, and Stevan Jovetic got the man of the match. But as you see from the other quarterfinal results, Schalke won 5-1 on aggregate, Real Madrid won 2-1 against Bayern Munich on aggregate, and Zenit St. Petersburg got beat by AC Milan, I think it was 2-0 on aggregate. But as you can see there, we have relatively straightforward semi-final against Schalke, which is quite straightforward and not, I wouldn't say an easy game, but it's going to be a lot more straightforward than facing either Real Madrid or AC Milan. So going into this game, the next game against Crystal Palace, we actually have 2 games left in this episode, Crystal Palace and then a game away to Chelsea in the league, both in the league of course. And the game against Crystal Palace, one of those sides which just are an absolute pain to face. Of course in real life now they're just, for some reason, just not dominating, but they're doing really well in the league. Of course having just beaten Man City quite recently, so it's quite good for them. And for some reason they've got it quite well in PES. They've translated some of the teams very, very lifelike. So for example, they like playing all this pace on the left and right wing of the likes of Zaha and Bolasie, and they just got like Jason punching in the middle, just dominating midfield when he really shouldn't be. Like, he's a pretty decent player, but I wouldn't go like dominating a midfield with the likes of, you know, Schneiderlin and whatnot in it. But anyway, I digress. So from the kickoff, they basically passed the ball a bit for a bit, didn't really do much. And in the first half, basically, that was the only opportunity came from this, where Joel Campbell had a shot from the edge of the box, goes out for a corner kick. From the resulting corner kick, Belhanda hits it in, and he hits it in to absolutely no one. Okay, he hits it in, and, well, person gets his hand in it, and he completely fluffs it. As you see there, we only had 4 shots, 1 on target, which wasn't really the best thing in the game, but as you can see, in the 63rd minute of the match, we gave the ball away, Schneiderlin gave the ball away. I go flying out with a sliding tackle, I get the ball completely, but the referee gives me a straight red card. So, Schneiderlin's going to be out for the next 3 matches, which is just an absolute pain considering there's only like 5 or 6 matches actually left in the league. You'll see the table at the end of this episode. As you see here in the 65th minute of the match, Jovetic running past a couple players, runs past Jedinak, tries to run past Jedinak, can't get past him. And then James Ward-Prowse jumps in, gets the ball, runs to the edge of the box, gets a shot away, just pings it off the crossbar, and Speroni's fortunately enough there just to gather it on. As you see here, Graziano Pella, who'd come on as a substitute, makes an absolutely amazing shot, going at literally in the last like 5 or 6 minutes of the match. From the resulting corner kick, Belhanda hits it in to Jay Rodriguez, if only I had James, but Jay Rodriguez, and Jay Rodriguez heads it into the back of the net to give us a 1-0 lead with about 4 minutes left on the clock, which is really goddamn good, but really poor from me. As you see here in the last minutes of the match, they fortunately, very, very goddamn fortunately, get a shot with Guediora, and Guediora pins it into the back of the net to give them a equalising goal with literally a minute left on the clock. So going all the way to the last minutes of the match here, Jack Cork on the ball. He runs past a couple player, gives it to Pella, and Pella gets a shot away, and it's not a good save from Speroni. And from the resulting corner kick, with over 2 minutes added on from what we were given, comes to nothing. They get an opportunity to counter-attack, but the referee blows the whistle before they can counter-attack efficiently, and the final whistle ends, and it's 1-1. So the final score 1-1, bit disappointing, but to be fair, with a Champions League semi-final, I really cannot be that bored about winning the league. I think I'm like I was like 6 or 7 points behind Chelsea, behind Arsenal when I actually had the chance to go forward and win the league, but I don't care about the league. It's all about the Champions League. If I can win the Champions League, then, you know, that's probably a good achievement, and I can actually move on with the Master League and start doing something else with my channel in general, and just playing the same games over and over again. Maybe might bring my club back, not really sure yet. I'll have to sort of think about that. But of course, into the last game of this episode, and it is against Chelsea. So of course, Chelsea looking for some revenge, of course, having beaten them twice now in, well, 3 times this season, I think. 3 or 4 times this season. I think they beat me in the League Cup, no, the FA Cup, and that was the only thing they actually beat me in. So pretty decent. In the 18th minute of the match here, they get a corner kick after Diego Costa's shot. Goes it for a corner. From the resulting corner, Wanyama tries to head it down. Comes down to Diego Costa, and Diego Costa turns on a swivel and pings it into the bottom corner. So a bit annoying, but from the result, well, basically from the kickoff, I just run down the right hand side here with Nathaniel Klein. Gives it to Belhanda. Belhanda just waits for Pella to make a run. Pella makes his run eventually. Turns around the corner. He ends up passing it back. No, doesn't pass it back at all. He runs past a little bit. Gets taken out, I think, by what's his name? I think it's Oscar who takes him out. No, it's Varane supposedly who takes him out. It doesn't really look like it. And Belhanda takes the resulting penalty and just pings in the top corner. Personally, for me, getting 2 very fortuitous penalties against Chelsea in this episode, but I'm not going to complain because, you know, it's the game giving them. It's not me. I'm not doing anything crazy or anything. But coming up to the half-time mark here, Belhanda on the ball, plays it into Graziano Pella. Pella just takes a couple of touches, and him using his great finesse shot, just pings it past Courtois into the side netting to make it 2-1 to us with literally about 2 or 3 minutes left until half time. So pretty decent result at half time as 2-1 to us. I'm just going to say that now as we clear the ball. And it was a pretty decent game actually up to this point. Like Chelsea had done a little bit more in terms of attacking, and we'd done a little bit, well, pretty decent in terms of defending. As you see there, 4 shots, 3 on target from us and 3 shots, 2 on target from Chelsea. They were absolutely dominating in possession, but I mean, apart from that, there wasn't really much else in the game. And in the 51st minute of the match here, Graziano Mpella plays a great ball out to Jay Rodriguez. Rodriguez skins past Ivanovic and he just pings it in the near post, past Courtois, absolutely amazing pace. Like the ball must be moving about 50 or 60 miles per hour there. And he gives us like a 3-1 lead against what could be considered one of the harder teams in the Premier League to face off against. But in the 70th minute of the match here, Andrea Schürrle gets played for on goal. Fraser Forster comes flying out, and it's probably one of the greatest saves ever. Like, it's come to the point where Fraser Forster's like, I think he's the 10th best goalie in the world or something in terms of the ratings, which is just ridiculous because, you know, he's a good enough goalkeeper, but would I say 10th best in the world? No. But anyway, literally in the last minutes of the match, there are so many opportunities here as Andrea Schürrle gets played for on goal, and he again just can't get past Fraser Forster. Forster makes a great save. And again, Fraser Forster just showing how good he is. Again, if you'd actually seen at the beginning of this clip, Courtois did a really good job as well, defending for Chelsea. As basically, I was just messing about here, I was just waiting for the whistle to blow essentially, because there was only like 3 or 4 minutes left in the actual match from the opportunity I got up to basically where the whistle blows eventually. But if I was to stay at Southampton, I would probably try and get the treble and then maybe move on or something like that, or maybe just move on to like a South American side, play 5-minute halves, win everything in South America and in Japan or in Asia, and then maybe come back to the Premier League or go to the Liga BBVA or something like that. But who knows? But anyway, final score 3-1 to me, absolutely fantastic. As you see there, Arsenal beat Norwich 3-0, Tottenham beat Aston Villa 1-0. But as you can see, we're still 6 points behind Arsenal with like 3 or 4 games left in the season. So yeah, if you have enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel for more, and catch you later.